Okay, 5.2, evaluate polynomial functions. We are going to be sketching some graphs a little bit also, but we're going to focus on evaluating. First of all, we need to talk about what a polynomial is. A polynomial we have a function, so we call it f of x, g of x, h of x, anything like that. It's a function of x. F of x is just like saying y. Okay. Polynomial has coefficients and variables. And then we add or subtract. And we have another coefficient. And then we have another variable. Oh, n minus 1. And then we have x minus 1. So, as I go down, if I have 3x to the 4th plus, the next one should be x to the what? 3rd. And the next one should be x to the 4, 3, 2. And if I don't have anything, there'd be a blank. So it'd be like a plus 0x. Because if there's not an x, can I always put one in if I wanted to? Yep. And then we have a constant. So they always should be in order. Polynomial terms. How many terms are in this polynomial? 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 terms because this one wouldn't be there, would it?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's 4 terms. Terms are divided. They're broken up using what signs? Addition or subtraction. Okay. A term can be really large. It could be like 27x to the 6th, y to the 7th, z to the 3rd. That's still one term because it was all multiplication. Terms are made by, okay, there's 4 terms. What's the degree? It's the highest exponent. 4. So it's a 4th degree. It should always be written in descending order. 4, 3, 2, 1. And technically there's an x to the 0 here. Because what is anything to the 0?
1.
1. And 1 times negative 6 would still be negative 6, right? Now, typically we have one variable. Typically. If we have 2 variables, this is just a weird situation. Like if I had x to the 4th, y to the 2nd, and z to the 3rd, the degree of that, because see how there's all one term? The degree would be, you add them up. So 6, 7, 8, 9 would be 9th degree. So on some of the IXLs, they asked you that a while ago, and you get it wrong. That's why. Okay? It's just a weird little thing. So I'm going to make a little chart so we can talk about it. We're going to have the degree. And we're going to have the type. And we're going to have standard form. And then an example.
What's the film one?
Standard form. STAN. My N kind of looks like an R. Sorry. Okay, so first of all, we have a degree of 0. That is a constant. Standard form would be f of x equals a sub 0. And an example of that would be f of x equals negative 14. Okay, it is a constant. It means it never changes, yes?
Why are they going up?
Because it got snoozed last period. Constant means it never changes. So if it doesn't change, there's no variable. Right?
Mm-hmm.
That's it. So the next one is a first degree. It is called linear or a monomial. Okay. Well, monorail, like on a train monorail, it means one.
Yeah.
Okay. But we typically will say linear. But you will hear mono once in a while. Is f of x. No, I'm going to take that. No, we didn't put monomial. Monomial is skipped. Erase that. Okay, linear would be f of x. And we would have a sub 1 x plus a sub 0. Remember, a sub 0 is a constant. Yes? So an example of that would be f of x equals 5x minus 14. So what is the degree on this x right here when we don't write it? 1. So that's where I get my first degree. What's the degree on the x here?
Constant.
Yeah, but what's the degree? I'm going to add that up here. Up here. It would be x to the what? If there's no x there, it's x to the 0. Okay. Second degree. It's called quadratic. And we've been dealing with quadratics a lot, haven't we?
No. No.
Yes. That would be f of x equals a sub 2x squared. And these can be plus or minuses. A sub 1 x plus a sub 0. And then it'd be x to the 0. I'm just going to keep writing that 0.
Is it A1?
A sub 2 x squared. A sub 1 x to the first. A sub 0 x to the 0. What do you notice about these two numbers? 2, 2, 1, 1, 0, 0. They match, right?
Yeah.
An example of that would be 9x squared plus 5x minus 14. Just keep adding to the one above it. Now have a third degree, which is cubic. Anybody guess what this one's going to look like?
3 degrees.
A sub 3x to the what? Third. Plus a sub. Look at your pattern, guys. 2 x to the second. Plus a sub what? 1 x to the first. Plus a sub 0 x to the 0.
What? I do know.
So an example of that would be negative 17 x cubed plus 9x squared plus 5x minus 14. The last one, we're not going to write all this out, but the last one that you would deal with, if anything, would be a fourth, and it's called quartic. Reminds you of a quarter, correct?
Yes.
So what's your degree on it, your highest degree?
4.
4. So I'm just going to put equals a sub 4x to the fourth and dot, dot, dot. Because I just kept adding to the ones before it, correct? And anybody want to give me an example of that one?
10, 15, 30, 35. I said numbers.
I could do 10x to the fourth minus 17x to the third plus 9x squared plus 5x minus 14. Okay, so these are the ones. Anything after 4, we just say 5th degree, 6th degree. Okay, even quartic, you don't usually say quartic, you say 4th degree. You'll hear people say linear, quadratic, cubic, and constant, but anything after that, they just say the degree.
Yep.
Okay, now I want you guys to see, because standard form, all the exponents go down, correct? 1, 0, 2, 1, 0, 3, 2, 1, 0, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, so are they in standard form? Yes or no?
Yes.
You don't know. You don't even have it up there yet. H of x, remember I said it can be called anything, right?
Yep.
Equals x to the fourth minus 1/4 x squared plus 3. So standard form means they go down. Do those go down?
Yes.
Do I got some gaps?
Yes.
But are they going in descending order? Yes. So it is in standard form. But I want us to fill in the gaps. Well, terms are separated by addition, subtraction, yes? What is the only number I can add or subtract and not change? The only number that I can add, subtract to any other number.
0.
0. So I'm going to fill in my blanks. So I would have x to the fourth plus 0x to the third. I'm going to do it in different colors so you can see it.
Why?
So you can see. So x to the fourth plus 0x to the third minus 1/4 x to the second, and I'm missing to the first, right?
Yeah.
0x plus 3. Now, did I change it by adding in those zeros?
Well,
No. But we will have to, for what we're going to learn, we have to do this.
what have you done?
We have to fill in the gaps. It won't work then.
Darn.
Okay? So,
Okay.
next example. F of x equals 5x squared plus 3x to the negative first minus x. Now, it should go descending order, yes? What's the biggest variable there?
5x.
No variable. Like, not variable, power. 2. Because this is 2, -1, and what's the last one?
0.
No,
1.
1. Okay, so it should be, so it's not in standard form, right? So now we have to put it in standard form. So the biggest one goes first. So what goes first?
2.
2. So I have 5x squared. What's next?
X.
So minus x, because I can move it around, but the sign has to go with it, right? And then what?
0.
Well, 0, but we don't have one, right? Do you guys want to put it in?
Yes.
Okay.
That's simpler.
Okay, we'll put it in. We won't be doing this with negative exponents, but it's the same concept. So 0x to the 0, yes?
Correct.
Okay, and then
3x and
plus 3x to the negative first. So now is it in standard form?
yes.
Yes. Now technically, like I said, you're not going to have that. Okay, so the whole point of today is to evaluate.
No, we're not doing that.
Evaluate means get an answer.
Oh, yeah.
My what? I would have noticed in a second. Okay, so E.
They're giving dollars and stuff today.
Okay, so you guys have evaluated functions before. It just might be a little bit different how they write it. So it says evaluate, and it says f of x equals 2x to the fourth minus 5x cubed minus 4x plus 8 when x equals 3. So evaluate means find an answer, yes? So what do we have to do this when x equals 3? What do we have to do? You have to put a 3 in for all those x's, right? So we're going to have for all the x's. So it's not going to be f of x anymore. It's going to be f of what? 3. So a lot of times it just says f of x equals this. Find f of 3. Well, what did they change? X to what? 3. So that's what I do. Plug in 3. So I have 2. And you should always put parentheses because it will make it easier. 2x to the fourth, but what's x now?
3.
3
Oh, you were just put 6.
to the fourth minus 5x. What's x?
3.
3. And we have to cube it. Minus 4 times
3.
3. Where'd you get 1? Plus 8. Have you done this before? Yes. Okay. So all they did was write it in a different way. So I need to do this math. So I have 2 times, well, 3 times 3 is
6. Or 9.
9. And 9 times 9 is
81.
81. Minus 5 times 3 times 3 is
It's 29.
times 3 is 27. Yes, you should know that one.
Whoa.
And then we're just going to go ahead and do, I'll just write it out just because, since I'm being pretty smooth with switching my pens. So now I just multiply, right? So I think pink and blue makes purple, right?
162.
162 minus, well, 35, so 5 carry 3, 135 minus 12 plus 8. Personally, I'm putting the positives and the negatives together. Anybody else? So 8 would make this 170 minus 147. So f of 3, that's how we say it. I get 323. Is that what you guys get?
Yes.
Okay, that took a lot of work, didn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is called direct. Okay, that's called direct substitution. Okay, so now we're going to do the same problem, and we're going to do synthetic substitution.
Why make life so complicated?
What?
Why make life so complicated?
Oh no, this one, you're going to like this one better.
I'll give you $1.
I'm not a spell substitution.
S-U-B-S-T, right here. I-T-U-T-I-O-N.
I didn't get the U.
Okay, so synthetic substitution. And the reason why I wrote them right here next to each other is because I want you to see them, okay? So, first of all, the problem has to be in order. Is it in order?
Yes.
Okay, are there any gaps? 4, 3, what's missing?
2.
A 2. So we're missing a 2. So right here we're going to have to put a 0x squared, aren't we?
Yeah.
Okay, then we got 1 and then we got 0. So we good there? Okay, so what happens is you take whatever this number is, the x equals 3, and you put it here, and you put like this upside down division bar. And you take the coefficients. So remember, coefficients are the numbers in front. So it's going to be 2, -5, 0, -4, and 8. You see that?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to put 2, -5, 0, -4, space them out, and 8. If you start with 4, check. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay, so the 0 is called a placeholder. I filled in the gap. How this works is you take the first 2 and drop it straight down. So it's 2. Okay, so then you take this number right here, 3 times your 2. 3 times 2 is what? 6. And so you have -5 and 6, so you get what? 1. So then you take your 3 times your 1, and you get 3 times 1 is 3, and 0 and 3 is 3. And then guess, can anybody do the pattern?
4. Sorry. 6.
What have we done? 3 times 2, 6, add. 3 times 1, 3, add. 3 times what now? 3. So it's 3 times 3, which is 9. So -4 and 9 is
4. 5.
5. What's the next one going to be?
3 by 9.
3 by what?
9.
No. 3 by 5.
15.
And 8 and 15. 23. Okay. That's our answer. Look. Now, once I get the hang of this, is this going to be a lot faster than this?
Yes.
Yes.
Correct.
Especially if I have like something to the 6th. Do you want to take a number to the 6th?
Yes.
No. Okay, so let's do it again. So you will have some problems that say direct substitution, and you will have some problems that say synthetic. The whole point is to do the synthetic substitution. They will have you checking some. Okay, so let's. Okay, so this. Direct substitution, synthetic. Okay, so we already did that one. We need another one. I think we need another one. Okay, so f of x equals x to the 4th plus 23. No, 2x to the 3rd. Plus 3x squared. I'm off screen. Okay, thank you. Minus 7. And they're going to say evaluate using whatever, but then they're going to have a semicolon, x equals -2. So we're supposed to do the same thing we did when x is what?
-2.
-2. So is it in standard form?
Yes.
Okay, are there any gaps?
Yes.
Okay, so if it's in standard form with a gap, then the gap gets placed by a what?
0.
0. So we're going to have to put a 0 right here, correct?
Correct.
So 0x.
Correct.
So now I just, what comes out in front? What do I put out here where my pinky is at?
-2.
-2. What goes across the top?
We got the coefficients.
The coefficient. So what's the coefficient on the first one?
1,
1.
2, 3, 7, 0.
1, 2, 3,
0,
0, -7.
same difference.
No, it's not.
Whatever, same difference.
Okay, so now we drop the 1. So I get 1 every time you drop it. Guys, remember what we do next?
1 times 2.
-2 times 1, which is, okay, so 0 and -2, 2 and -2 is 0.
0,
So -2 times 0, which is 0.
3,
And 3 and 0 is 3. Then -2 times,
6,
okay, Gerhard,
-6.
quit blurting, please. -6 and 0 and -6 is -6. Then -2 times -6, 12,
5.
so 5. So f of, what did we just plug in,
-2.
equals
5.
5. Now, if it says check it with direct substitution, so that means we have to check, right? Check direct. So that means I just plug -2 in for all of these x's. So that's 4 times -2 to the 4th plus 2 times -2 to the 3rd plus 3 times -2 squared. Now, do we have to put the 0x in for this one?
No.
No. -7. So when we have -2, it won't be too bad, but what if that was a 5 or an 18? Would that be really bad?
Yeah.
Okay, so -2 times -2 is 4, and 4 times 4 is,
16.
okay, so I have 4 times 16 plus 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 is what?
How'd you get 4 times -2 to the 4th?
Oh, that should be a 1. I don't know where I got 4. Sorry. Thank you, Henry. I bet I looked over and saw to the 4th and just wrote the 4. Okay, so somebody said 8, but it's going to be a -8, isn't it? Okay, -8. And then plus 3 times -2 times -2 is a 4.
-4.
No, -2 times -2 would be positive, wouldn't it? It'd be positive 4, because there's only 2. -2 times -2 would be positive 4. And then -7. So I have 16 minus 16 plus 12 minus 7. So I'm pretty sure that is what? 5? So is synthetic easier to do? Is it quicker?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, one more and then I'm done with you for today. Let's see if you do this one on your own. G of x. Does it matter if I called it G or F?
Yeah.
No. Okay, G of x equals x cubed minus 5x squared plus 6x plus 1. And x equals 4. Make sure you check if it's in order and any gaps.
Luke's dying.
You're supposed to be trying the problem.
No problem.
could multiply. It'd be dangerous, wouldn't I? I added. Did you guys see where I was finding my mistake? When I did my direct substitution, I was like, I'm not getting 7, I'm getting 9. How'd it go for you?
Good.
I didn't even start yet. It don't make no sense.
Okay.
I was trying to do it over here on this side. No, I don't know why.
Okay, I did my direct substitution, but could that take me a lot longer if my numbers were bigger?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, so today, I didn't write the actual assignment on the board. It's on the classroom. It is 5-2. Sorry, Hannah. There you go. So 5-2, page 341, 9 through 12, and 15 through 22. Now on the assignment, 9 through 12 just says use direct substitution. So that's 4 problems. You're going to plug in the number. It's -1, -3, 2, and 5. So not horrible, right? And then the 15 through 22 is the synthetic substitution.
What is it again?
Say that again, what?
What's the assignment?
It's right here.